So hello dear friends, today is 6th May and I hope कि you have all of you have attempted the mock test, right? So जिसमें कि you'll have you must have gotten an idea of how the test will be conducted for IFFCO AGT prelims on 8th. Okay, so I hope all of you are clear with the interface. If you are facing any problem, you might comment it to me. I'll reply it. Okay, and okay, so we are doing a most expected MCQ series for IFFCO AGT, right? We are a very new YouTube channel, Agric, and our main goal is to provide to you, to reach out to you with the best possible content, okay, so that it can aid to just add a leverage to your examination, right? So we are not selling any courses, not promoting anything. We are simply making videos that can help you at the last moment, okay? So with that focus, let's start today's question. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel for supporting us. And there's also a post looking out for donations. Okay, so do check it out and make any contributions that you can if you want to. Okay, so let's start. First is, which nutrient is supplied by single superphosphate? Nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and sulfur. So the straightaway answer is, since it is given here single super phosphate, okay, phosphate is given, so it's very obvious that it is a nutrient supplied to for phosphorus only. But you must know that what nutrients do single super phosphate provides other than phosphorus and how much phosphorus it contains. Okay, so SSP contains 16% of P2O5, right? That is phosphate. It contains 12% of sulfur and it also contains 21% of calcium. So this is very important for you to remember. Okay, option number C is the right answer. So it contains sulfur as well, like here you can see, but it is mainly used as a phosphatic fertilizer, straight phosphatic fertilizer, but it is a multi-nutrient fertilizer. Okay, so yeah, somewhere you can find it 11% also. Don't get confused, it 11 to 12% only it contains, right? Question number 2 says, what is the primary source of potassium in fertilizers? Potassium chloride, urea, SSP, or ammonium nitrate? Okay, so what is the that means asking that which fertilizer is mainly used for potassium supply. So the basically the main source of most common potassium source for fertilizers is potassium chloride. This one, option number A, that is KCl. You very well know that urea is responsible for nitrogen and SSP, I just told you, it's for phosphorus and it contains 12%, 11 to 12% of sulfur also. And ammonium nitrate, it is also used for nitrogen. Okay, so option number A is the right answer, right? So this KCl, potassium chloride, is also known as muriate of potash, right? Muriate of potash, it is also known as, and this is highly water soluble. Okay, highly water soluble. And now if we ask from IFFCO point of view, so it sells one of the potash fertilizer that is called sulfate of potash. Okay, it's called sulfate of potash. It's 0050. That means it contains 50% of potash, right? So this is called as SOP. This is sold by IFFCO and it is completely water soluble. So just in case, I just told you that. Okay, there are some other fertilizers as well, but that's not important from this question point of view. Okay, so option number A is the right answer here. Potassium chloride or muriate potash is the main source of potassium in fertilizers. Now question number 3 says, which fertilizer has both nitrogen and phosphorus, that is N and P both? Now all of you are right here. It's DAP. Why? Because DAP contains 18% of nitrogen and 46% of phosphorus, P2O5. Okay, so yeah, this is DAP in 18% nitrogen and 46% phosphorus supply it does. So DAP is the right answer. If we talk about MOP or muriate of potash, that is KCl, just told you in the previous question, it has 60% of K2O. Okay, so potassium oxide, it is in the form of 60% K2O, right? If we talk about calcium ammonium nitrate, okay, calcium ammonium nitrate, so we all know that this is a neutral fertilizer and it's for nitrogen. Okay, it contains about 70 to 80% of ammonium nitrate. That is Okay, and it contains calcium of about 20 to 30% of calcium, right? So this fertilizer, calcium ammonium nitrate, contains 70 to 80% nitrogen. That means basically used for this nitrate, ammonium nitrate, and basically used as a nitrogen fertilizer. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all. Okay, so then if you talk about urea, it's totally used for nitrogen. Okay, so option number C is the right answer. Now question number 4 is fertilizer control order was issued in India. So in India, it's asking in the context of India only. So the right option is option number C, that is 1985. So I've put all these questions from fertilizers and biofertilizers because most of the questions are asked from these fertilizers and soil science point of view in IFFCO AGT prelims. Okay, so from the previous year pattern, what I have observed, that's why I brought you the special session on fertilizers and soil science. Okay. So basically, fertilizer control order was passed in 1985, and it is a regulation that ensures quality and fair pricing of fertilizers in India. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Option number C. Now, question number 5 is neem coated urea is used to. Now, neem coated urea, what is it used for? Options are improve phosphorus uptake, increase potassium availability, reduce nitrogen loss via volatilization, and prevent urea crystallization. So the main usage for coating the urea with neem is to reduce the nitrogen loss via volatilization. Okay, neem coated, what it does is basically it ensures a slow and gradual and steady supply of the nitrogen. Okay, so option number C will be the right answer. Okay, now sixth question is which of the following is water soluble fertilizer, right? Rock phosphate, ammonium sulfate, DAP, potassium nitrate. Okay, so let me just modify this question according to the option which is not water soluble. Okay, because three of them are water soluble. Okay, so first one is rock phosphate. Okay, so this is a natural source of phosphorus, right? Natural source, but it is not used as fertilizer. Why? Because it is not water soluble. So this option we can eliminate. Now since the question is not, so the first one will all obviously be the answer. बाकी जो तीन options है ammonium sulfate and DAP and potassium nitrate, both all three of them are water soluble fertilizers, right? So if we talk about DAP, I already told 18 nitrogen and 46 phosphorus it contains, and ammonium sulfate. So it contains 21% of nitrogen and 24% of, okay, no, this will be 0 and 24% of sulfur. Okay. So this is ammonium sulfate. This is also water soluble. DAP is also water soluble, and potassium nitrate, that is KNO3, is also water soluble. So this is basically known as 13045. So you can guess that 13% of nitrogen, 45% of K and PK, right? So 13% of nitrogen and 45 of potassium it contains, and this is also water soluble. So option A is the right answer. Only rock phosphate is not water soluble. Somewhere you will find DAP that is it's written that it's almost water soluble, but most of the places you will find it that it is totally water soluble. Okay. Now, next question is which form of nitrogen is readily leached from the soil? Okay, so leaching, you must know this is, if this is soil, this is the above part of the soil, that means the aerial part, and these are the deeper layers, okay, of the soil. So percolation is basically the movement of water from within the soil layers. Okay, this is percolation, and the movement of nutrients or salts, nutrients and salts along with this water is called as leaching. And this horizontal movement inside the soil is called as seepage of water, of course, and from above ground to underground, this is called as infiltration. Okay, so I hope you have understood this points. So now question is which form of nitrogen is readily leached from the soil? Ammonium, urea, nitrate, or cyanamide? The right answer is nitrate. This is the most leached nutrient that is form of nitrogen that is readily leached from the soil. Okay, so it is because that it's most easily lost to the groundwater, and it's ammonium is that taken in plants and used directly in proteins, so it's not as easily, this form is not lost as easily like nitrate from the soil, but it also gets leached but less than nitrate. Okay, so option number C is the right answer. Now question number 8 is, which of the following fertilizers is neutral in reaction? Neutral, I think I just gave you an hint in the previous questions. Urea, CAN, ammonium sulfate and DAP. So yes, you all are right. It's CAN. Urea is acidic. This is again acidic. This is basic. Okay, so CAN is neutral in nature. Option number B. Now question number 9 says that which is a slow release nitrogenous fertilizer. Okay, so which of these following is slow release nitrogenous fertilizer? Urea, CAN, calcium nitrate, sulfur coated urea or ammonium chloride. So guess one, guess if you don't know, then I gave you a similar question in some previous question also. Option number C is the right answer, sulfur coated urea. Just as I told you in the previous question, neem coated urea, slow release of nitrogenous fertilizer. Similarly, this one. So these are basically designed to release nitrogen very gradually over time, okay, so that the nutrient sustains its supply to the plants, right? So this sulfur coated urea, these urea granules are coated with sulfur that acts as a barrier that controls the release of the nitrogen. Okay, so option number C is the right answer. So which of the following contains both primary and secondary nutrients? Options are urea, DAP, ammonium sulfate and SSP. For that, for this question, you must know which are the primary and secondary nutrients. So I think I discussed it in previous session also. Primary are N, P, K. Secondary are what? Ca, Mg and sulfur. Okay, so these are the primary and secondary nutrients, and the basic nutrients, which of the following are calcium, sorry, carbon, hydrogen, CHO. These are the essential ones that are needed, and then these are primary macronutrients, secondary macronutrient, and then come micronutrients. Okay, so we have to identify that which of the following contains both nutrients. So urea, we know that it's a straight fertilizer, it's used for nitrogen supply. And if we talk about the DAP, so it contains 18% of nitrogen, 46 of phosphorus, right, diammonium phosphate. So 18 and 46, so it contains N and P. If we talk about calcium sulfate, it contains N and S. Sulfate, so S. Now, how much nitrogen and how much sulfate? It's 21, 00 and 24. That is 24 is the sulfur, okay? SSP, so single superphosphate is basically 0, 16, 0. 16% of phosphorus, okay? And it contains 11% of sulfur and 19% of calcium oxide basically. Okay, so this you have to remember, you can remember it as 11, 19. Okay, so single superphosphate contains 16% of phosphorus and 11% of sulfur and 19% of calcium. So we can clearly see that which of the following is the right answer. It is SSP. So option number D is the right answer. Okay, so before we move further, let me just use this blank slide to tell you the classification of fertilizers. Okay, so fertilizers ka classification, just for a quick revision. Okay, fertilizers are mainly divided into three parts, right? First is the straight, second is complex, third is mixed. Okay, so straight fertilizers that contains only one primary nutrient. Okay, that means N, P, K. Okay, so straight fertilizers are those that supply only one primary plant nutrient, NPK. Examples are urea, then ammonium sulfate, then potassium chloride, then potassium sulfate. Okay, all those. things. And complex fertilizers are those that contains 2 or 3 primary plant nutrients. That means more than one. Okay, primary plant nutrients, and they are in a chemical combination. Okay, so they must be in a particular chemical combination. Example is DAP, nitrophosphates, ammonium phosphate. Okay, so you must remember ammonium phosphate is a complex fertilizer, whereas ammonium sulfate is a straight fertilizer, right? Then mixed fertilizers are simply physical mixture of the straight fertilizers. Physical mixture of straight fertilizers. Okay, so they are just thoroughly mixed mechanically or manually. Okay, then another classification can be made is based on solid and liquid fertilizer. Okay, so fertilizer can be solid or liquid also. They're solid, there can be in form of powder, crystals, sprills, granules, super granules, etc. And uh, liquid can be applied with irrigation water, or direct application can be used. So they are also again different, made classified into different, like nitrogenous, phosphatic, potassic, and complex. Okay, so examples although remain the same into that. Okay, then nitrogenous fertilizers are further divided into 4. One is ammoniacal, nitrate, ammoniacal plus nitrate, and amide. Okay, so these are some of the following classifications. So I hope you are clear about these. Now moving on to the next question, urea supergranules USG are primarily used in sugarcane, pulses, paddy, or cotton. Right option is paddy. Okay, they're primarily used in rice fields because they are more efficient method of nitrogen fertilizer, right? They are designed to be placed very deep into the soil. Okay, deep into the soil, and it reduces the volatilization losses. So volatilization is reduced, deep volatilization is reduced, and another thing is that it makes the nitrogen readily available, right? And so why it is deep placed, if you ask me, why is it deep placed? So basically it is placed at a depth of about 8 to 10 centimeter in puddled rice field, so that in the anaerobic soil zone, so that the nitrogen loss is reduced through volatilization. Okay, yeah, so it is economically beneficial as it reduces the overall amount of fertilizers that is needed. Okay, yeah, so option number C is the right answer. Now next question is, which of the following fertilizer has the highest salt index? Okay, options are urea, ammonium sulfate, sodium nitrate, and potassium chloride. So what is salt index? Salt index is basically the measure of how much a fertilizer will increase the amount of soil in the soil. Amount of salt, increase the amount of salt in the soil. Okay, simply. Now potassium chloride is the right answer for this question, KCl. Okay, because it has high salt index because it has chloride ions, right? So chloride ions, it contains chloride ions that are highly soluble and significantly contributes to the soil salinity. So option number D is the right answer. So I hope you liked all the questions. I hope you found them useful and it did very well for your revisions. And drop your feedback on the comment section, and please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And if you want, you can make a small contribution to our channel via a YouTube post that has been given on our channel. So do visit, and thank you for watching and supporting us.